If we discuss one of the worst stoppages in the history of this fabulous sport, that's definitely the one when Magomed Ankalaev squared off against young Cutelaba, and the match lasted only 38 seconds. Ankalaev was attacking him heavily. Cutelaba was rocked, but it was not a good call by the referee. The referee called it a stoppage, and I'm kind of very very much unsure about that, and I was very very unhappy when that happened because I'm a big fan of Magomed Ankalaev, very very big fan of Magomed Ankalaev, but I simply I simply couldn't understand why it happened because I was rocked, I was shaken when that happened because it was so unfair towards young Cutelaba, because young Cutelaba was really putting on the show, Magomed was putting on the show, and it was stopped so early on, very unfair. But let's now take a look. Young Cutelaba is riding a score of 15-5, won no contest, and he is the former European Combat Sambo champion, very, very powerful fighter nicknamed Hulk. And in UFC, he had ups and downs with losses to Misha Tsirkunov, Jared Cannonier, Glover Teixeira, Magomed Ankalaev with very, very, controversial stoppage. He defeated Kyle Roundtree Jr., Gajimira Dantigulov, Enrique da Silva, Jonathan Wilson, and the majority of his fights were achieved via stoppage, and he is a great striker. He has two omoplata wins over Igor Kukurijak and Vitaly Ontischenko, but generally he focuses on striking, which is kind of weird, for a sambo guy. They are mostly grapplers, but he is kind of great all-arounder. On the other side, we got Magomed Ankalaev he comes from Makhachkala, Dagestan, international master of sport in amateur MMA and master of sport in combat sambo, riding on a score of 14-1 with only one loss via submission to Paul Craig in his UFC debut. He is the former WCFA light heavyweight champion. So Magomed Ankalaev is a promising talent. I'm a big fan of his. He holds notable victories over Marcin Prachnio, Klitson Abreu, Dalcio Njambula, and Young Cutelaba. Well, controversial victory, but this time, here is the problem. Nobody was able to defeat Young Cutelaba two times in a row. That's the problem. Nobody has defeated him two times, and I I doubt it's gonna be a great match, great striking affair. Magomed has better kicks, while Cutelaba has better punches, and on the ground, well, on the ground, I say Cutelaba is a little better. Magomed Ankalaev is a fantastic striker, but young Cutelaba has slightly better wrestling, and it's gonna be a fun fight to watch. But I can guarantee it's gonna be a superb fight to watch. But despite I'm a huge Magomed Ankalaev's fan, I know it's very hard to defeat young Cutelaba two times in a row. And looking back at his score, he trained hard. He had ups and downs, 2-2 in the last four fights. So this time I'd give advantage to young Cutelaba. But let's see what happens. I mean, anything can happen. I'm a big fan of Ankalaev, but this time I give advantage to young Cutelaba because of the previous result.